Hello you guys, it's Moira Casaba, and again I am back for video tutorial number 2 on the Rise Up Planner. This is something that trips people up a lot of times, and I really take so much joy in taking people through the idea of reverse engineering your goals and what we need to be looking at. So I did this at my retreat this past year with 52 women, and it's, to me at this point, it's kind of like, I hate to say common sense, but it's just what I've done for so long. And I didn't realize there was such a disconnect on understanding how to reverse engineer your goals. And so it was just so fun to work with everybody and have those light bulb moments go off. So what I want to dig into, you guys, is that it's really imperative, and you do this kind of through the vision exercise, is getting really clear on, okay, out of that vision and out of the things that you want to accomplish, what would you say are your top 3 non-negotiable goals? What are the things that you absolutely, no matter what, are going to shoot for, are going to accomplish this year? Because you have to get clear on them so your business activities align to that goal. So the really fun and easy part is, if it's a business goal, if it's a coaching goal in my business, it's really easy to take a business goal and just reverse engineer that, because business goals are usually related to numbers. So let's take, for instance, a really round number, just for simplicity's sake, and say that by the end of the year, say you're a brand new coach at the beginning of the year, and this can apply to anybody's business, but that you wanted to be, I just want you to kind of see the process. You wanted to be a 12-star diamond at the end of the year. You wanted to, recruit and help 12 women or coaches grow in the business to that diamond rank. And so you look at that and you just take the 6-month mark, what would that be, June 30th, and you chop it in half and you go, okay, by June 30th, that means I need to be a 6-star diamond coach. And then you take that 6-month mark and you chop it in half and you go, okay, that means by March 31st, I need to be a 3-star diamond coach. Now in our business, you need to reverse engineer that even more, because there's these things called qualification periods. So you would actually reverse engineer that by 6 more weeks. And you would actually have to be going into 3-star qual by February 14th to get that by the end of March, right? So it's a very real reality check. You've got this big vision and goal for your business in the beginning of the year that you want to be a 12-star diamond by the end. And all of a sudden, it's March 1st and you don't have any diamonds. Here's why this is so important, because you can look back and go, okay, I am nowhere on track to hit that goal, not going even in the general direction necessarily. I need to stop and assess that, and I need to realign my activities. I need to start doing things differently if I'm going to get back on course to where I want to go. What happens is people get to the end of the year, they get to October or November, and they're nowhere near their goal. And they feel like failures. They feel like, that they failed, and the negative emotions come in, and it's really hard to get them going again. A lot of people quit when they just didn't realize, if they had set those benchmarks for quarters, if they'd taken that yearly goal and divided it up into quarters, that they would have hit their goal. Right? Or they would have been able to realign and adjust their business activities and started to do things differently to at least get closer to it. So this can go for anything, you guys. I think if you had a goal that was like to publish a book by the end of the year, you would dive in and you would say, okay, these are the activities I need to do. I need to find an editor. I need to find a publisher. Say it's like we can, again, oh my gosh, my phone's out of storage, so it keeps cutting me off. So if you had a 400-page book, you have to hire an editor, you have to hire a publisher, you probably have to have the book done so it can go into editing and publishing, well before the end of the year. So let's say we picked September 1st, like the book is going to be done and we're going to go into that editing and publishing stage by September 1st. Well, it's a 400-page book. I haven't even begun. Let's take halfway between January and September and say, okay, the midpoint, which I don't know what that would be, but let's say June, halfway between, or it'd probably be more like May. By May 1st, I have to have written half the book. I have to have gotten through 200 pages of the book that I'm going to write. So by May 1st, I'm going to write 200 pages, and it's January 1st. So let's divide that in half. So halfway between January 1st and May 1st, would be around March. So by mid-March, okay, by March 1st, January, February. Yes, so by March-ish we'll go with. By March, I have to have 100 pages written. You can even divide that back into kind of closer where you're just going, okay, if I have 3 months to publish or to write 100 pages, we'll just go with the end of March again for simplicity's sake. If I have 3 months to write 100 pages, then I need to be writing about 33 pages a month, right? And so you just dial it back and continue to dial it back. And then you guys say it's January and you're like, okay, if I want to be on track to this goal to publish this book by the end of the year, I've got to write 33 pages this month. But let's divide that up even more and say, okay, I just need to write 10 pages a week. And that seems really doable. I can sit down, I'm going to carve out the time on my calendar. I'm going to find the time where I can definitely, sit down and give myself the space to write 10 pages. Writing 10 pages seems so doable. Writing a book seems near impossible. And this is exactly how I did this last year. I had the dates, the deadlines in my own head, and that is how this got created. And so you're always just cutting the time in half. I'm going to go into this more when we look at our week at a glance. But this is huge. So we're talking about reverse engineering your big goals for the year, but this is paramount, and you can really feel how this actually works, because sometimes doing things over the course of a year, we just kind of lose sight of it. But when you're looking at your month, I don't know about you guys, but those of you that are in network marketing, I have the very first day of the month, which will happen in just a couple days. All of my coaches will pour into my team page and they will announce their monthly goals, because it's so fun to say, this is what I'm going for, this is what I'm shooting for, I'm dreaming big, this is what I want to accomplish. It's such a fun exercise to do. But lo and behold, the end of the month comes around and nobody has hit their goals. Most people haven't come close to hitting their goals. Because you guys, you just have to reverse engineer them. If there was something in your business, say, again, simplicity here, where we wanted 40 points or 40 customers, then we just divide that by 4 for the month and say, okay, I have to get 10 customers per week. So week number 1, it's the first day of the month, you're sitting down to work your business, you've got to get 10 customers by Friday to be on track to hit that goal for 40. And this is where, this is why this is so powerful. I use this example a lot. So just a few weeks ago, I sat down, I was going to speak at a retreat out of town. My husband was driving, and it was about a 4-ish hour drive. And I sat in the passenger seat on a Friday morning. I was so looking forward to the drive and time with him. And I had my coffee and I sat down to work. And I started scrolling my social media, checking into my team page, checking into my accountability groups. And all of a sudden, I looked to the left in my planner and I saw that I had written down what I needed to do that week, the number that I needed to hit. And you guys, I was 4 people short. And very quickly I said, hey babe, what's our ETA? How much longer do we have? And he said, we have 3.5 hours. And I got down to work. I got to work. I started, dialing in my conversations, following up with people, creating urgency, doing what I really needed to do to move my business forward, instead of mindlessly working my business for 4 hours and wasting my time. So when you have those weekly goals, they light your fire. So that is digging into the bulk of the book and into some other videos that I'm going to get into. But reverse engineering your goals is everything, you guys, everything. And I'm not going to give you my top 10 tips because they're amazing and they're really everything. And if you follow those top 10 tips, you will have massive success in your life. But you gotta buy the book for that. I'm not gonna give it all away. So that's it from me today, you guys. Next module will be, we are gonna talk about mastering your time and coming up with your monthly marketing plan and how do you do that. So be on the lookout for that and make it a great day. Bye guys.